I want to talk to you about how to build a high performing team if you are a coach. I want to share with you a few hacks in terms of having the types of team members you need to think about, but also, most importantly, how you really can structure things from the get go so you can be very efficient. Okay, so here are the generalities I want you to pay attention to. Let's first go back to, let's say, a high performing team 101. So, for a coach, what is a high performing team really? Well, a high performing team is really a group of individuals in your coaching business who work collaboratively to achieve shared goals efficiently and effectively so that you can really push your coaching business to the front, okay? In terms of revenue, in terms of visibility, in terms of reputation, in terms of branding. So such teams exhibit several key characteristics that set them apart from other groups. Okay, so let's talk about the characteristics of a high performing team in a coaching context. So, high performing coaching teams are distinguished by several key characteristics that really enable them to excel in their tasks and achieve their goals efficiently. Let me give you a few of the most important characteristics of high performing teams for, for a coaching business. So you have clear and aligned objectives. That's very important. Okay. Diverse and complementary skills. In other words, you have different skills to really push your coaching business to the top. You also want to think about high levels of trust and respect within your coaching team, within your coaching business team. You have effective communication also. Communication is really key, is really quintessential to actually connecting the team members. You want to have strong leadership in the coaching business that you have. So that will be you as a coach. You want to have commitment and cohesion, adaptability and flexibility. In other words, all the team members of the coaching business are really cohesive, and they're flexible also. You have results oriented, so those team members are results oriented. There is a sense of continuous improvement, okay, and also you have positive and supportive atmosphere within the coaching business. So you have an environment that really supports the team members big time. So if you think about building a high performing team as a coach, let me give you the types of team members you need to really think about. In other words, the common types of high performance team models for coaching business. First, you have cross-functional teams, you have self-managed teams, and you have virtual teams. You have problem-solving teams, you have project teams, you have operational teams, and you have innovation teams. So the teams that you have will depend on the type of coaching business you have or the type of coaching business you want to position yourself as. So let me talk about first cross-functional teams. So cross-functional teams in a coaching business actually comprise members from various departments or functional areas within your coaching business. Okay, this means that either you have a small coaching business or a large enterprise that really focuses on coaching, and the cross-functional team members have diverse skills and perspectives, and those diverse skills and perspective are really and that's a good thing. I want to really highlight those models, those skills and perspectives are brought together to achieve a specific project or solve complex coaching problems that require input from multiple disciplines. Let's say you're coaching not a client, but you're coaching a group, you're coaching a business, and you need this sort of diversity of insights. That's kind of cool to have cross-functional teams. You also have self-managed teams within the coaching business. So in this model, those teams operate with high levels of autonomy within your coaching business or your coaching organization, and members are empowered to make decisions and manage their operations and outcomes without direct supervision. So that's kind of cool because it really that level of autonomy can help your coaching business actually scale up big time, and this can also lead to increased motivation and innovation as team members have a direct stake in the team's success. Next, you have virtual teams. So with the rise of digital technologies, actually, virtual teams have become increasingly common. I mean, can you imagine during COVID how coaches were surviving? They were surviving through virtual teams, okay? And those teams actually work together remotely using digital communication tools to collaborate across different locations and time zones. And to be effective, virtual teams within a coaching context require strong communication protocols and actually trust. If you're thinking about building a high performing team as a coach, you got to think about teams that have problem solving abilities. In other words, you want to think about having a problem solving team. And if you have a problem solving team, basically, this is a team that this is not a permanent team, okay? You cannot have a problem solving team permanently. You want to have it on a temporary basis. And these teams are temporarily formed to address specific issues or challenges. And once the problem is resolved within your coaching business, the team is often disbanded. And you want to really have that. You want to have this sort of disbandment. You want to have, I don't even know if that's the word, but you want to have this disbanding process within your coaching business. And to be effective, problem solving teams within coaching business, within a coaching business, require highly focused goals and clear deadlines, especially if you are trying to solve many coaching clients' pain points simultaneously. And so that's that. You also have project teams. So project teams within a coaching context are really quintessential in the sense that most of the time when a coaching client has a problem or highlights a problem, he or she wants to have an answer real fast. Okay, so if you have a project team, you are basically able to answer that question or even provide a solution in a very fast manner. So similar to problem solving teams, but usually with a longer timelines, with a longer timeline. Project teams are assembled to deliver specific projects within the coaching environment, like maybe for a coaching clients, or let's say on a coaching project, or maybe even through a coaching package. Okay, and so those team members work closely to plan, execute, and close coaching projects, requiring high coordination and project management skills across the board. So you have a clear idea what works, and you have a clear idea of what doesn't work. So that's really good from a flexibility point of view. If you're thinking about building a high performing team as a coaching business, you want to also think about operational teams, but also innovation teams. Let me really break it down a little bit for you. When you think about operational teams in a coaching business, you want to think about the team that is handling the back office or even the middle office. So this is not the front office. This is not those are not your coaching consultants or your top coaches. No, you are speaking about people who are actually supporting the organization. Okay, and they have to be quality folks. Otherwise, your organization is just going to crumble big time. So operational teams handle a coaching business's day-to-day operations, and they are designed to perform ongoing tasks efficiently and with high quality. And operational teams benefit from clear procedures, regular training, and strong leadership. And strong leadership is what you need really within your coaching business. Okay. You also have innovation teams, so focused on developing new ideas, products, or services. Innovation teams within a coaching business thrive in an environment that encourages creativity and risk taking. And that's kind of cool because it will really push your coaching business out of its comfort zone. And this is kind of cool in the long run because it's going to drive revenue big time. It's going to quote unquote compel team members to really sort of challenge themselves a little bit, okay, so that they can really they can excel at what they're currently doing. So that's really good from a flexibility point of view. So those are the top seven teams that you can think about if you're really, if you are a coach or you are a coach in business, and you want to really build a high performing team, the question is, you don't have to have all those seven teams. You can choose which one is actually more appropriate for your coaching business. So again, let me remind you the top seven high performance teams: cross functional teams, self managed teams, virtual teams, problem solving teams, project teams, operational teams, and innovation teams. Let me give you a few extras here. So let's talk about when we talk about building a high performing team within a coaching context, a coaching environment. What's the purpose here? Okay, let's talk about and we have several purposes. You have the North Star of high performing teams, high performance teams. So successful teams are strengthened by a shared purpose. Okay, so today's remote work arrangements and hybrid schedules have actually caused workers to be more dispersed, especially if you are speaking about a small coaching business or even a large coaching enterprise. Okay, so this new normal, the normal about working from home or working remotely, actually makes cohesive teams within a coaching business and team connection more challenging, yet ever more important, especially if you are trying to develop a cohesive response to a client challenge, a coaching client's challenge. Okay, and so coaching teams that lack physical proximity can still remain connected through intentional leadership and effective communication. So that means what? It means the leader of that coaching business must be really proactive in terms of communicating. Okay, so a well-constructed purpose statement can be a team's North Star, illuminating its path and guiding its steps. Okay, especially when the team has to sort of grapple with a pretty important coaching client's pain point. And so that's important. And so this North Star defines the reason a coaching team exists and outlines its contribution to the coaching organization overall. So a team's stated purpose actually motivates its members and also aligns their efforts towards a common goal. It is actually the driving force behind their collective actions, and no team can perform at their highest level without it. So you want to have this sort of compass, if you will. You also want to think about clarity. So clarity is really quite essential, especially when it comes to building a high-performing team. So for a team to function effectively within a coaching business, its members should have a clear understanding of their individual roles and responsibilities, especially when it comes to delivering value to the coaching client. Okay, and so this can help employees appreciate their personal strengths as well as those of their coworkers, and actually recognize how their collective efforts contribute to fulfilling the team's purpose and larger goals. So that's really important. So clarity around roles also helps to eliminate ambiguity, minimize confusion, and prevent stress and frustrations. And that's what you want. And those are few things, they are really more aggravating than discovering, for instance, that you are duplicating efforts by working on a task someone else has already been assigned to. Okay, and so communication is really crucial for providing clarity, and effective coaching business leaders set the tone by being open and cultivating a psychologically safe and supportive culture of collaboration for the entire team. And the cool thing is that communication between the team members is also important. An environment where employees, let's say, feel comfortable, coaches in your organization feel comfortable sharing ideas, voicing concerns, and expressing needs. This will also encourage needed information to be shared in an effective and timely manner to promote the clarity high-performing teams need. You also have safety. So if you're trying to build a high-performing team in your coaching business, think about safety. I mean, safety is actually the cornerstone of trust and innovation. When I speak about safety, I'm not speaking about, let's say, physical safety. No, here I want to focus on the psychological safety, okay? So psychological safety is really essential to fostering an inclusive culture that engages employees and coaches, promotes creativity, and fuels the team performance, right? So when coaches and employees within your coaching organization feel they are walking on eggshells, always trying to impress a critical supervisor, or nervous they could be reprimanded for inconsequential decisions, they become hesitant to extend themselves and take creative risks that enhance their performance potential. And performance and creativity flourishes in psychologically safe team environments where employees, for example, trust their contributions are valued and their innovative ideas are invited. So that's really good. So at the core of accelerated innovation is actually the belief that every idea, no matter how small or where it comes from, has the potential to spark groundbreaking change. That's what you want, right? So safe team cultures at the coaching businesses encourage that. They include and listen to all team members to leverage their collective intelligence and creativity for team success. And you also have strengths. So that's another important area. So you want to leverage unique contributions like big time. Okay. So if you let's say you supervise a coaching business right now, you lead a coaching business right now, you want to really take time to identify and develop your employees, your coaches' unique strengths, so that you can see and embrace your teams like deep thinkers, their analytical minds, their doers, like the implementers and the promoters. And you want to leverage the skills and differences to enhance team performance overall. Because the bottom line is, this is not a competition. You want to just have a very improving, like a high performing team in the end. One thing I want to say also is that it's important to understand that if you are a smart coach, a smart coaching business leader, you want to allow your team members to lean into their strengths while also making them aware of possible blind spots, right? Calling out behaviors that detract from constructive collaboration and or even contribute to a conflict between coworkers. And that's what you want in the first place. And so by allowing individuals and coaches to play to their strengths, teams actually optimize their performance potential and foster a sense of accomplishments and confidence among their members. And they do so in a very creative manner. So, and that's really important. Finally, I want you to think about the needs here. So needs means that you are meeting needs, like you are able to contribute to success by meeting needs. So if you are a leader in a coaching business and you want to really steer your high performance teams towards, let's say, success, you want to recognize that your contributors can only perform at their best when the workplace needs are met, right? And since these needs typically go unspoken, however, it takes time and effort from leaders like you and me, for instance, to uncover them. So it's one of those things where you want to really perform a deep needs analysis to see what really triggers excitement or what triggers anxiety within your team members. And so as a leader, you may need face time with with the other team members to feel acknowledged. And other team members may prefer a variety of projects to stay engaged. Still others may require time to process a new direction or change in strategy. So that's one of those things where you got to really understand that what works for you may not work for the for your staff members. So please do not neglect your employees or your coaches, okay, your coaches' needs, so that you do not have like the unwanted consequence. In other words, you do not want to have unproductive stress behaviors that hinder personal and team performance. So meeting the psychological, social, and emotional needs of team members and coaches supports their personal development as well as the team's success. So in conclusion, to this conversation, I explained to you how to build a high-performing team as a coach or as a coaching business. I give you the generalities, the types, the extras, and finally, the conclusion. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.